G'day everyone, how you going? Hope you're doing really well today. Today's video is going to be a bit more quick and not as much mucking around, mainly because I'm under the pump at the moment. I'm in the middle of multiple builds for different clients, and this one is for a small business where they're running a database off one machine, and then I've got 3 other just workstations that I have to build. But this is going to be the little server they're going to use, and I got the case that's going to be able to keep it nice and cool and running fast because it's going to be their workhorse, and it's going to go in and it's basically not going to be touched much. And it's just going to be going 24/7 pretty much. So it needs to be reliable and it needs to stay cool and run fast. So I did choose the Corsair 3000D airflow case in the white. It matches the aesthetics of their office, and I thought I'd just go over this case because the internals of it aren't that unusual. So it's just going to be like an i7 14th gen. It's going to have 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM in it and a 2TB NVMe SSD, and of course Windows. So nothing unusual other than the case, so I thought I'd just go over the case because I haven't worked on this case before, so we may as well have a look at it.
A few moments later.
As you can see, it's got a mesh front on it. Looks quite nice. And that pops off similar to the Be Quiet Base 501 I did the other day. So yeah, that comes off, but the mesh doesn't look like you can remove it, so not as easy to clean if you do get a build up of dust on that. As you can see, it's got a 120mm fan pre-installed on the front, and has a glass side, so take that off. 2 screws at the side here, and it's got a little lip there. Oh, that comes up pretty easy. Alright, glass side, and you can see another 120mm pre-installed fan inside. Got the power supply cover with some mesh on that to help airflow, which is good. It's come pre-installed with all the mounts for an ATX board, so if you're going to go micro ATX you might have to adjust those accordingly, but if you're putting an ATX board in, it's perfect. So yeah, it can take ATX, micro ATX and mini ITX. The top has a magnetic dust filter, and up top here you can see that you can fit a 360mm radiator on the roof, no worries at all. And the front has a hole in here, and you can change it out and put a 360mm radiator on the front as well if you wanted to. Either option is okay. We'll have a look on the back of it now. We'll just open it up. So you got your power supply area, plenty of room there. Not sure about clearance yet. Hopefully it's got good clearance so you can get your cables in and out easy. Accessory kit comes in with 3.5-inch bay. And it's got 2 trays for 3.5-inch or SATA SSD there. You may or may not need those. I won't be needing it because I'm going NVMe. And then we've got our front panel connectors, and we've got HD audio, USB 3, and the dreaded normal split front panel connectors. So no block on this one, so that's a bit of a downer on that one. Yep, and then the front I/O ports, you got your power, your two USB 3s, headphone combo jack, and the reset switch. And on the back, pretty stock standard stuff. I/O port area, there's your rear fan, where your cards go, and the power supply. And right on the bottom we have a little removable dust filter for your power supply. So that's pretty much it. It's got reasonably good clearance in the back here, so I don't perceive it being too hard to work on. But yeah, not quite as fancy as the Be Quiet, but I think it'll be pretty functional for what they're doing as being a little database server in the office. So yeah, I'll put it all together and then I'll give you a shot of it when it's all done.
Several days later.
So yeah, I was able to get the SSD from the old computer and do the clone a few days later, and then put everything into the case and finish it off. And so there you go, there's the finished product inside the Corsair 300D. And yeah, it looks pretty nice actually. It will really sit well in the environment that it's going into, and it'll match up nicely with the colouring. The only concern I've got is that mesh front is so open, which is great for airflow, but I think the dust is going to build up all on the front there and make it look not so nice. But with maintenance that probably won't be an issue, but it's hard to know what it's going to do until it's been out in the field for a while and collecting a bit of dust. But other than that, and the front panel connectors not being a block, there was no other real issues with this case. It was easy to work on, and therefore I recommend it. It's not a bad case, and that generous glass side would be good for showing off any RGB lighting systems that you would put in it. And yeah, it comes pre-installed with the two fans, which is also nice. So yeah, not a bad little case, and it wasn't hugely expensive. So if you want to make a nice looking gaming rig in this, or even a home PC, yeah, it'd be fine. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching to the end. I do have some longer and funnier videos coming up, but this was more of a sort of a overview review of the case. I'm under the pump a bit, and I just didn't have a huge amount of time to do some video editing this week. So yeah, stay tuned for some more vids coming soon. But thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.